Well, I promised a field trip to Summit. We made it. We're going to go inside and take a look around and get some stuff that I need for my car. And Caden, might as well call him my crew chief for last year. He's putting a car together and he needs pretty much the same stuff I need. So we're going to go in there and take a gander and get what we need. Well, was the trip to Summit fun? Yeah, just spent a little bit of money there, but we got a good chunk of what we need there. But I don't know how I want to get into this, but about the best way I could get into it is kind of give a little backstory of where I'm going. On the side of my race car, on the sail panels, if you go back and look at the prior couple, I think it's past 2 videos, you'll notice a cross with checkered flags underneath of it. And I created that on a Cricut. It's probably nothing original by any means, but it's something that kind of come to me with a little inspiration from a Bible verse. And along with that, this past weekend came I guess you could call it a challenge from a friend of mine about, he was sending me, I guess you could call them devotionals every day, usually in the morning. I'd read them, and every once in a while, if it's something that I felt I could respond to, I respond back and have a conversation with him back and forth on it. But he informed me that he was going to take a break from it for a little while, which I would say, if doing the same thing over and over again, you would probably lose interest in it. You know, not saying that he's losing interest in doing devotionals, but I told him, I said, I'm going to miss him. And he said, well, how about you send me one? So I'm bad about starting to type something and getting about 3 or 4 words into it, stopping and thinking and having to erase, and typically I get about 3 or 4 words into it. So what I'm going to do here is, this is going to be my return, should say the start of my return to the devotionals that he was sending me, except for I'm going to go ahead and put it on my YouTube channel to the best of my ability. I'm never been to a Bible college, and I could probably spend more time. I know I need to spend more time in the Bible studying. So I'll do my best at doing this. If you guys are interested, hit the like button and comment and subscribe. When it comes to commenting, if you got things to add or maybe correct me on when I'm doing these things, or whatever, feel free to. But if you're not going to add to the conversation, but more or less try to tear down the conversation, move along. This, I guess you could say, this is my disclaimer right here. You're invited to watch the video. I hope it touches you. Jesus used parables, often referring to farming, and I got my bibs on and my boots and everything else, and I'm not a stranger to planting seeds, so this is my way of planting the seeds that Jesus said that we need to plant. Now, as I said, the cross and checker flags comes a little inspiration from a Bible verse, 1 Corinthians 9:24. But I'm going to take it a step further. I'm going to read that section of the chapter, and you're going to see me looking over because I got my tablet open with the using the YouVersion Bible app. So I'm going to be looking over there, and this is a NIV version, and I'm just going to read this whole little section. It's chapter 9, 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 24. Verse 24 is, like I said, the verse that I will say was the inspiration for that sticker. But I'm going to read all the way down to verse 27, which is pretty much the ending of the chapter. So, I guess let's get to it. So we're going to start with verse 24, which, like I said, is the part that caught my attention to this little section was, do you not know that in a race all the runners run, but only one gets the prize? Run in such a way as to get the prize. Everyone who competes in the games goes into strict training. They do not get a crown that will... They do it to get a crown that will not last, but we do it to get a crown that will last forever. Therefore, I do not run like someone running aimlessly. I do not fight like a boxer beating the air. No, I strike a blow to my body and make it my slave so that after I have preached to others, I myself will not be disqualified for the prize. Now, when I first read the verse 24, that caught my attention just strictly because it mentioned racing. But reading that whole little section caught my eye. And in my mind, I kind of referred it back to dirt track racing. The caption before on the NIV says the need for self-discipline. So I kind of, in my mind, I'm going to kind of give you a rough version of how I kind of read that in my mind. People that know me know I kind of got a wild imagination on some things, but in my mind, the caption is getting prepared for the race. Kind of like a crew chief giving you a speech before you pull out on the track. So, we'll see. I took some notes on how to do this, so bear with me on this. So here we go. Do you not know that all the cars that pull out on the track are there to race, but only one gets the prize? Race in such a way as to get the prize. So that's how I kind of read verse 24 on that deal. Everyone who competes in the race has spent long hours in the shop preparing. Some do it to win a heat race that's only for a moment of glory, while others do it to race for a prize that will last in the bank. Like I said, this is just kind of my take. It's probably not correct. Probably not right anyway. It's politically correct. So, therefore, do not beat and bang like an idiot. Race a smooth race and make progress. I do not run a highly illegal setup or put a lot of money into a setup so that I will not risk being disqualified. Now, I say that's out of fun. Don't take that as gospel. Somebody could probably do a better version of that. But in all seriousness, in the walk of Christ, it's not, I guess you could say it's not showing up to Sunday, showing up to church on Sunday, singing the songs, praying the prayers, and going home and, doing your daily routine. I guess you could say daily routine of not doing anything for Christ-wise. What I get out of this here is spiritually, don't go into it half-hearted. Go at it full steam. I'm guilty of it. I'm sure I know a lot of people are guilty of it. Some people get comfortable and they end up in a routine of just going to church on Sunday, doing a church thing, and during the week, they live in the world. And that's not what we're called to do as Christians. Sorry, my dome lights just shut off on me, but we still got the party lights on. Go out, seek the prize, read your Bibles, study. I mean, there's a lot of information on the internet, some good, some bad, but we try not to get comfortable in a routine. Push yourself a little further. It's kind of what this video is here. This is me training to push myself a little further. Don't tear people down. I know Christians, atheists, people get into it. It's not right for a Christian to tear an atheist down, and I don't think it's right for an atheist to tear a Christian down. Christ never once said to tear people down. He said to love each other. So I think that's why I'm not going to try to start a debate over atheists and all this stuff, but I truly think a lot of people turn atheists because Christians don't love one another the way they should. We're all, I say we're all guilty. Maybe there's some that aren't, but it's a bad habit to say, oh, so-and-so's a homosexual when, they're going straight to hell. That's not Christ-like, in my opinion. Christ often said, repent. Turn away from your wicked ways, however you want to word it. But he never once turned someone away that was a sinner. When I say stay smooth, I'm not saying skip, say, sin's okay. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is treat them as if they're living their life the way they're supposed to, I suppose. It's kind of a tricky thing, but like I said, Jesus taught to love one another. I think when you get somebody to truly accept Jesus Christ, change will start. People that know me before I started getting back into church will know that I was a pretty rough person as far as how I talk, how I treat. I can't really say I treated people badly, but it wasn't hard for me to put somebody down just for fun. I'll just put it that way. I said a lot of things to people that I probably shouldn't have ever said. So, build people up, don't tear them down. Just put it that way. Now, there's verse 27 on this, which is the end of it. It's kind of a difficult one to go with, but we'll kind of take it this way. And, you know, I said my way of how I kind of viewed it, and the way they have it worded in NIV. And I mean, it's kind of a difficult way because it is worded in a couple different ways between the NIV, the King James Version, and the American Standard Version. But the way the NIV has it is, you can't be scared to take on challenges. You're gonna take blood. Try to say this right. You're gonna take some hits with being a Christian. It's not fun and games. People are gonna poke fun at you for it. Sometimes you're gonna lose friends, and like I said in the opening video, people will come tear you down just because you say I'm a Christian, or you try to talk about it. It's not. It's part of the territory, needless to say. You can't avoid it. But if you keep going forward, you can come out ahead on the deal. I mean, like I said, don't cheat, run legal, however, or don't have to run high dollar stuff to win the race, even if you got to work for it a little bit harder. But so that's kind of my take on this section, 1 Corinthians 9:24 to 27. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe. I would like your input on how you take it. I use the YouVersion Bible app. You can download it on Google Play. Look it up yourself, read it. I'd like to kind of know your 2 cents. Maybe give me a little bit, like I said, give me your 2 cents. Maybe we can start a discussion, and I'm probably going to do this every week. I'm going to do a race car video still, building a race car, and we got 2 weeks. The 28th is supposed to be play day if the coronavirus don't kill it. But so that's kind of where I'm at. I feel this is something I need to grow as a Christian, to try to do my own devotionals. And like I said, it was kind of a challenge from a friend, but it's also something that's been poking at me for a while. The trucking videos were a flop to start with, and I feel this is the reason it was. This is what I'm supposed to be doing, I think. So, I should be doing it anyway, but like I said, we're still going to do the race car videos, and we're going to do this too. No, it's not all going to be race related. Clint's race related twist on the Bible stuff. And like I said, this is kind of a unique verse or section of the Bible, verse, section, however you want to put it, chapter. And I heard it once, and it kind of stuck in my head, and it kind of got twisted into racing, and I don't think I could do that with everything in the Bible. Matter of fact, I know I can't. But I do want to cover different things I've seen in the Bible, things I remember from my teenage years, things I've learned at church recently on Sundays, and kind of go through some interesting people in the Bible. I'm sure I'm going to cover Noah. I think he's pretty big character, person in the Bible. Can't say a character, but I'd like to kind of go over some of the stuff on him one time. That might be a series in itself. But yeah, I think we can grow on this here. And like I said, like, comment, subscribe. We're going to close it out here. God bless you guys. Stay safe out there.